The Cigar Nerds Podcast.
And welcome to Cigar Nerds Podcast. I'm your host, Smokin' Joe.
I'm Brad Jackson.
Dude, my voice is a little raspy today.
What you been doing? Smoking cigars? Cutting grass?
Ninjaing all weekend.
Trying to get you some new COVID variants?
Yeah, not too much like yelling, Kia, whatever, gotta be loud.
What?
That's like,
Did you just say you saw a Kia?
yeah, it was a Sorrento. It was purple. So, we got an interesting cigar to review this week. What are we smoking today, Brad?
You know, it's funny that you would ask me that because the only thing I can tell you about this cigar is that it has our name and logo on it. And then some stuff about a, San Andreas Maduro Gordo from Real Men Smoke Cigars.
Real Men Smoke Cigars sells, shirts mainly, but also they have cigar bundles. They also have, they can print labels. So I ordered a bundle of Cigar Nerds cigars, and they even came with a badass box. Video people can see it on the table here. So yeah, I did a kind of a short review on YouTube, but I figured Brad hasn't smoked these yet, so we would have another one here on the show. It is and he can do a couple different blends, couple different sizes. I ordered the 660s in the San Andreas Maduro. I believe it has Nicaraguan binder and fillers. And all their stuff comes from a legit cigar factory in Nicaragua that the big boys get their cigars from, I don't know specifically which one, but they come from a reputable source. These aren't Philly blunts.
Yeah, I mean
with fancy labels.
Definitely smokes like a Nicaraguan. Got the notes, a little bit of a spice up front, heavy on the woodiness. Yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of Nicaraguan cigars, this is right up your alley. I mean, it just tit for tat, I know you were telling me, I'm just now getting into this cigar, but you've had a couple, and you were saying that, especially the last third just really intensifies.
Feels like the strength kind of picks up toward the end of the cigar, which I kind of like that because it's normally that's where you're like, all right, we're bringing this ride in for a landing, and this one's like, nah, fucker, here's the you thought this you're on the roller coaster, you thought you already went up the big hill, but no, here's another hill.
It's that last drop in the darkness that you didn't expect.
And that's why I'm glad smoke it with you here on the show because I like I said, I reviewed it on YouTube, but I'm more of the I guess simple palate. I'm like, strong, tastes good. Where you can give us the actual tasting notes and whatnot. Your palate's a little more refined than mine. You're the gentleman, I'm the Neanderthal.
Lots of bourbon, lots of cigars, and lots of barbecue. I know what all of those flavors and smells are like, so that naturally that's what I'm going to gravitate toward when it comes to my cigars. But yeah, I mean, just I don't know, this one hits the throat. Normally with a 660. You don't get a lot of heat off the cigar, that sort of. But dude, this punches you right in the throat, but not in a bad way. In one of those yeah,
it's like the way we like
I like a little bit of a pain with my pleasure,
Yeah. But and also we got this new classic here. We're gonna talk about a return of a legend. A man that expected to be retired now, but he's not. There's a new fucking Jackie Chan movie that slipped onto Netflix a couple weeks ago, which we talked about on Nerd News whenever ago, and I didn't realize at the time that this was a Netflix.
You actually
release.
Remember the topics from Nerd News?
I remember. I don't remember when we do them, but if we've previously talked about something, I usually remember most things.
Dude, it's kind of one ear.
I can't tell you exactly when we first brought this up, but I remember us watching
episode
the trailer.
176. Now people's gonna be like, "Hey, I listened to episode 176, man. They didn't have shit about Jackie Chan in it."
But I remember us watching the trailer at one point, and then it's forgot all about it because after we record, it's like all that stuff kind of leaves my head, and then I'm like, oh shit, that's on Netflix now. I didn't realize this where it was headed, and so we're gonna talk about
something episodes, right? Did I just pull a random number out of my ass?
We're up to this is 214.
Good grief!
So there is an episode 176 or somebody to go check and see what we talked about. I can't tell you what it was without looking at the notes, but we're this is 214. I was looking up because MC Lars is one of our first guest that wasn't a buddy of ours, and I was going back through Instagram trying to figure out when that was, and it was 2015, and our first episode was September 2014. So next year we'll be done this shit for 10 fucking years.
At what point do we get to retire?
When we die. Or when it stops being fun. But so far, I mean, otherwise we probably wouldn't hang out that much. This is we're gonna hang out at least twice a month.
Well, it's kind of funny.
We're all busy.
I remember when we started this podcast endeavor, and it was that's so expensive, buying all the equipment, the mics, the headphones, everything, to essentially get started up. Now it's it keeps us honest, because if you and I were to hang out right now, where are we going? We're going to buy guns. We're going to have to buy ammo to shoot ammo. Hanging out is expensive. The podcast, it's maybe we have to buy lunch. Maybe we got to buy a cigar. That's a lot cheaper than anything else we would do.
Yeah, but it's how many times we be hey man, we should hang out this weekend, and then we don't because we're both so busy with just fucking life. But it's all right, we got a podcast, and it's all right, yeah, we really have to sit down. So it keeps us
and sometimes I show up.
But you would probably show up less if we didn't have a legitimate reason to get together and do things.
I'd probably show up more. Be God, I gotta try to talk. I gotta try to come up with things. I gotta try to be entertaining. So much pressure.
Well, we'll give you some more. But anyway, if you do have to fight Jackie Chan, you should probably call in the Strike Force. StrikeForceEnergy.com. Promo code Cigar Nerds for 20% off your order. Get all jacked up on that caffeine.
Kind of feel spoiler alert. They did, and it did not work. Better call in a different Strike
Better call
Force.
in Chuck Norris, maybe. That's the only thing that I don't know. In the Battle of the Old Men, who you got, Jackie or Chuck? Ooh.
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean,
Jackie's still doing it. We haven't seen Chuck in a while.
I mean, I think it depends. If Chuck Norris ever lands the roundhouse, it's done. But I don't know that Jackie's going to give him the chance. I mean,
he's still fast.
He's
we'll get into that into the show, but yeah. We'll be right back with the main topic. And welcome back. It's time to talk.
You always say that, but we never really went anywhere.
But maybe they went there. And they're the intro's over. I got to go pee. Let me pause this shit for a minute.
I would just pee with the intro. Although us talking probably be distracting.
Speaking of pee, I got a story to tell you after we get off air.
I mean, I'm into some kinky shit, Joe, but, I don't know where this story could go.
It's one of those, you wouldn't understand it as a skinny person, but as a fat person, it's, fucking life-changing. Or a former fat person, you're I didn't know I could do that. But yeah, we'll get into that later. It's not for the general public.
Did you pee in your belly button?
No. So yes, Hidden Strike, starring Jackie Chan and John Cena.
Which,
kind of an unlikely duo.
Well, I mean, I was kind of thinking and it did not disappoint because I was I know both actors, have their serious set of films, but I was no, I mean, dude, John Cena's been, playing in a whole lot of quirky stuff and that sort of thing.
And Jackie tried to go serious with what was that movie, The Foreigner, which was like, freaking Taken, or it was like an actual serious vengeance movie, which is kind of unusual for. I mean, we liked it, but it was like unusual for Jackie. Jackie's more the action comedy guy, and Cena, when he first.
I love how you always say Sienna.
What is it, Cena?
It's just Cena.
Whatever.
You can't see me.
There you go. But when he first kind of made that transition from wrestler to actor, he tried to go like the serious, like action guy route. And I never liked any of those movies as much as I did when he went to either straight comedy or action comedy. He's much better as a comedic actor than he is as like serious action dude.
The WWE personality of John Cena, always, camo shorts, like when he was cast for the Marine, I was like, yeah, I get it, dude's totally big as shit, but, like I didn't necessarily hate the film, but I was like,
it was something we'd seen before. I mean, The Rock. Pretty much. I mean, he was trying to follow The Rock's blueprint of like a serious action dude. And even The Rock has gotten more comedic as time.
But at the same time,
went on.
Can you blame him?
Yeah, I mean, it's a successful blueprint. I mean, it's like
like why try to reinvent the wheel? Like, hey, and plus too, dude. Like, just in WWE alone, I don't know what Cena's grossed, but I mean, he was, prime time, always there on the big pay-per-view matches, that sort of thing, like, very successful in the wrestling world, so there's no reason that he wouldn't be successful, but I'm glad he kind of carved a niche, like, him being super serious, special operator, most of the time, like, alright, I feel like I'm just watching that same guy that I watched in the ring that I'm trying not to...
Yeah, I didn't realize he had range until he stopped doing serious action. Where it's like, this is just the wrestler. He happens to like, be a firefighter or a Marine or whatever bullshit he was in that movie. But like, once he started doing stuff like...
He just needed to nerd up a little bit more for you to understand.
Once he started doing like the Peacemaker, being Peacemaker and... in these more, I mean, hell, he's even done a few movies that aren't action where he's like just doing straight up comedy, and it's like, oh, like I actually enjoy his work now more that he's not just kind of a cookie cutter, action dude.
Okay, I'm just big as shit. Put me on something that I can show off muscles.
Give me a reason to flex. He's kind of more like in that. Hemsworth kind of category now, where Hemsworth is big as shit, but then he can do he can do the Extraction, or he can do fucking Thor: Love and Thunder and be like completely ridiculous. He's got that kind of like range where it's like, I didn't realize Cena could.
I wonder how much of the range comes with the freedom to be able to ad lib and improvise more so than here's your script. Here's what I want you to do, and, you give the actor or actress no freedom.
And I think that kind of takes time to develop that confidence. Like, if you're... Hell, I mean, basically wrestling is physical improv, so you would think that people coming out of that background would be a little more comfortable going off script, where I think, like, he was... and I may be wrong about this, but his first couple movies, he seemed like he was very much like, all right, I'm going to do what they told me. But like now he's kind of got that, like, I guess confidence to like, let me try some shit. Like, I'm actually a funny motherfucker.
And maybe that just comes with respect and people seeing like, oh yeah, on the fly, this dude can totally, do some funny shit.
He's not the meathead dude we hired because
exactly.
he's big as shit. Let's, see what the fuck he can do. And that's like in this movie, like all Jackie Chan movies, it ends with like outtakes. Usually it's like action sequence, but yeah, there was a lot of like just like alternative lines that he kind of different versions of conversations him and Jackie had. Some of the outtakes were like funny as shit.
Damn it! Now I'm gonna have to start paying attention to the credits in Netflix series too. Fucking hell!
That's just Jackie Chan movies. Like, there's always like most of the time it's like video of just Jackie getting fucked up because he does all his own stunts. But this one, it was more like just fucking weird, like alternative takes of John doing just weird shit. So now you got me paranoid. Now I don't want to say his last name because I'm gonna fucking mispronounce it again. Big C. Yeah.
Charlie?
Look out for Charlie up in the trees.
Wrong movie.
But yeah, I'd also like to point out, if no one's done the Googling, Jackie Chan is 69 years old. And he's still a better like martial artist than I am at like 4. He's like, it's fucking insane how good he still is at his age.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, he's done a lot of things that we're still not doing right, Joe. Probably a good diet.
Yeah, I
plenty
guess
of exercise.
If you've lived that way for 60 years, you're there's less mileage on the old machine. At 69,
I'm half that age, and I'm like, everything now hurts.
Which I didn't start getting healthy till my 40s, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to offset a whole lot of damage I already did to myself. I just put new tires on an old car, where Jackie's been like in good shape all his life.
You didn't even put new tires. You just got a decent set of used ones. Just patched, got a couple of patches, at least hold air now.
I got some, fucking spray paint job on old rusty. You just put duct tape over the rust holes and you spray paint over it. It'll look halfway decent.
Define decent. Although I have seen, like, some people do some shit with spray paint that I'm like, how? Like, I must be buying the wrong kind of spray paint because my shit splatters. It's inconsistent. Yeah. Like, there must be a whole... Maybe it's the quality of the paint. Like, maybe we should stay away from Walmart.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I did see somebody, like, fell down a hole, like, somebody, like, fixing a fender with, like, brick. They were, like, using, like, freaking masonry to, like, fix a hole in the car and then, like, sanded and painted over it. I mean, the car probably weighs, like, a fucking ton now, but... You couldn't tell that the fucking fender was concrete. It was weird.
I don't know. That's just like the ones where they're like, let me mix some ramen noodles in with this paste. I'm like, that is such bullshit. Like, I feel like I'm the one guy that's like, he sees a video of something. He's like, no fucking way,
Yeah, it's like when the kid's like, I tried this TikTok thing and it didn't work. I'm like, yeah, because you found it on fucking TikTok. That shit's for entertainment purposes only. If you heard of special effects, why do you believe some shit just because you saw it on TikTok? You're probably one of the motherfuckers who are like, hey, if you put your phone in the microwave, it'll recharge. No, it'll fucking melt. That was a fake video to make dumb people stick their phones in the microwave.
Is that what happened?
Oh yeah, people have done that. That was a fucking fake ass video somebody did on the TikToks, and a bunch of dumbasses.
Although I do say, like, the younger years, think back to Nintendo. Like, you always had that one stubborn ass cartridge to get to work. So my buddy, like, I remember he's talking to me and he's like, man, I can't get my cartridge to work. And I was like, yeah, man, you just got to pour some ketchup on it. I don't know why the fuck I said ketchup, but he thought he took it for real.
Yeah, if you can say something like with a straight enough like deadpan face, people will believe it. It's like, so I tell people, you don't have to actually be right. You just have to be confident in your answers. Like a wrong answer given confidently will get you a long way.
Well, dude, I think this was elementary school. So at that point, like, I think that was the start of, you know what? I might just be an asshole.
Like I'm a troll.
My best elementary schoolhood friend or something. I'm like, yeah, man, put some fucking ketchup on it. Like,
yeah, it was all the one that was always coming up with, like, I never did dumb shit, but I always come up with the ideas that other people would be like, yeah, let's do that, and I'll just sit back and like watch the show. Yeah. But then, unfortunately, I meet people like you that I'm like, man, we should start a podcast. You're like, yeah, I know how to do that. Let's do that. I'm like, God damn it. No, I was talking shit. And now here 10 years later, we're still making a fucking podcast.
I did this to myself.
I've spent a lifetime coming up with dumb ideas that people are like, that's fucking dumb. Like, and then I don't do them. And it usually saves me time and money. But then I'm like, yeah, we should do this podcasting thing. I know a guy. I know how to do this. Yeah, we can do it. We can. And I'm like, fuck.
But I mean, now we've made it. We're in the big time.
We get Walk of Fame guest access at Dragon Con. And we're up to like 92 subscribers on YouTube. We're almost breaking that 100. So if you're listening to this, you haven't. I don't even care if you watch the YouTube channel, but just go subscribe. Get us above 100 so we can say like, hey, we've got 100. That's how it all builds. At some point, Demolition Ranch, 10 million viewer.
See, the problem is you're not
98.
videoing yourself doing dumb shit.
I do that sometimes. I just don't have the time. It's like, yeah, the stupid shit I do at the range always gets way more views than like just the standard podcast videos.
Of course. Guns are a hell of a lot more interesting than listening to our ugly mugs on the YouTube.
Guns and titties. But I haven't filmed any titties.
And that's where you're missing your mark. You got to know your audience.
That's what we start doing, like really like revealing thumbnail pictures that have nothing to do with the show. It's just like, yeah, hey, look, there's some anime titties, and it's like, then they tune in, and it's like just us talking about fucking cigars and Jackie Chan for an hour.
Fucking clickbait. But yes, it works.
Oh, it was like I was watching a thing, and they were.
I love how you gravitated toward anime titties versus like real life titties.
Hey, man, that's what the kids are going for these days. But yeah, I was watching a video of a big YouTuber that has been doing it for like 18 years or whatever, and they were reviewing some of their like original videos with like their current kind of crew of employees, and they're like, yeah, this scene was our thumbnail video because it looks like titties, but it was really just him in a bra playing a female character, but they used that photo for the thumbnail, and he's like, it got tons of views, and it's not even like real titties, it's me. So yeah, it's like there's something to be said about titties in your thumbnails getting you extra views.
I would click.
Damn, there's some hairy titties. Oh, it's a man.
No, we don't judge. These are different times.
Yeah, this was 18 years ago, so it's okay to dress up as a woman for comedy and not be serious about it.
Now we have entire movements for playing dress up.
It's called the 501st. They dress up like stormtroopers.
Good save. Good save.
Yeah. So, speaking of stormtroopers, Jackie Chan in the desert.
He did not face any stormtroopers.
But yeah, so you've got they never give a year, but it's supposed to be kind of like I guess, like a semi near future type thing where
I think it's sort of semi, but it's very, dystopian, kind of almost Mad Max-ish.
Yeah, because they talk about the gas war, where I guess it's like, fucking oil is like serious money these days, which, hell, could be fucking now, but some kind of like rebels.
You don't think we've had wars for oil?
Well, we never actually called them like the oil war.
But we know.
Yeah. Especially they talk about the fucking whatever road of death, which was like the big highway in Iraq that we bombed the shit out of.
See, I thought it was gonna be the what is it? The death road that's in fucking the little single lane winding.
Oh, the one like through the fucking cliffs and shit.
Yeah, that's what I was anticipating.
Yeah, so Jackie plays Dragon Liu, who's like basically leads like a group of like Chinese special forces, like private security company, and then there is a Chinese Chinese owned oil company in some kind of like middle of Iraq or undisclosed desert country. That they're basically
we're gonna say Iraq without saying Iraq.
Well, it says Iraq in the wiki notes, but I don't think it ever said in the in the movie.
It was inferred.
But yeah, like this rebels have been attacking this oil refinery, and so they are sent in to rescue the oil refinery and employees, and one of them turns out to be Jackie's daughter. This is the reason why he kind of volunteered his team to go in and rescue these people. And then John Cena plays Chris Van Horn, kind of a former special forces, former private contractor himself.
A lot of times his actor name is Chris.
It wasn't Peacemaker's name Chris as well.
Pretty sure.
It's like, all right, I'm just gonna pick one fake name because I can't memorize a whole bunch of names. Whatever I am, I'm Chris. Chris, whatever.
All right, Chris, whatever.
I mean,
dude, that's almost as like
half the time Jackie's just called Jackie in these movies.
I mean, what other name do you need? Like,
that's like one of the outtakes. The girl who plays the president of the head oil boss, and she's like, I forgot your name. And he's like, don't worry about it. Just call me Big Brother. Call me Jackie. Whatever. Character name, it doesn't matter. Just call me Jackie. It's fine. We'll work with that.
I don't know. That almost would segue good into the thing I wanted to talk about, but that's a bit further on. We're, fucking Cena's character is trying to assign everybody nicknames and comes to the tattooed. It's like, tramp stamp?
Yeah. Apparently, like I said, he's former private security guy, and like his team and his father got killed, and he's kind of retired to a small village out in the middle of the desert, and he's like taking care of these villagers, and their well is supposedly going dry, and his brother is still kind of operating as a mercenary, and he's like, hey man, like come join we're gonna go raid this, we're looking for an international criminal, which turns out to be bullshit, but they're trying to like convince him to join their team, and he's like, kind of showed up to give him like his, I guess, cut of the money for setting something up, and he's like, so what do y'all call each other? Y'all got like team names? They're like, no. Like, come on man, that's like the number one thing of like team building. You got to have nicknames. He's like, yeah, lady, I'm gonna call you Laura Croft because you got a whole like Tomb Raider thing going on. And one dude's like chewing a toothpick. Your toothpick. I forgot what he called like the bald guy. Then he's like the one guy who looks like
was it Bald Eagle?
Bald Eagle, yeah. And then you got one guy who looks like the Diablo guy from Suicide Squad, where he's just like full face tattoos. He's like, you
got a lot going on.
Yeah, I'll have to get back to you. And he's like, see the whole every time he like calls him on the radio, he calls him something different. He's like, tramp stamp. I'm not tramp stamp. Scully. He's like just fucking keeps coming up with like different names for him as they go.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that was script and how much of that was improv.
Oh yeah, it sounded pretty improv-y, but it was good. But then yeah, it turns out his like, I don't know, guy who supposedly like works for the oil company is like, he's like, your pump's gone and your well's dried. He's like, it cost you like $100,000 to like fix it. And he's like, well, this town's gonna die, so yeah, he's like, all right, I guess I'll join whatever my brother's stupid mission is, because so he thinks there is a international criminal hiding within the refinery crew, so he's helping them attack the convoy of like fucking armored up buses that Jackie's trying to transport all the civilian employees out of it, and then it turns out to be bullshit. They steal the people that supposedly has and they found out his buddy that is the one that tells me he's going to need $100,000 to fix the well. It's like, actually like, oh, this is a heist. I'm kidnapping these people to like rob the fucking oil refinery. And he's like, yeah, no, I've done what I've signed up to do. I'm out. Like y'all can send me my money when you finish your shit. But y'all are sounding an awful lot like terrorists and not fucking bounty hunters or whatever I thought I was signing up for. So yeah, y'all can all like piss off. I'm gonna go back to my fucking shack in the with all my cars that I have named.
Although out in the middle of the day, everybody had some badass toys. Like, where do you find all the parts, all the materials for this? Like,
yeah, the fucking like for a fly by night mercenary company. I mean, the freaking whatever Razor side by sides with like miniguns and fucking rocket launcher, and then he's got like the LMT truck with a jet engine on the back of it, so they can create a sandstorm to like kind of obscure the heist, so like the other buses don't realize that someone's stolen one of their two of their buses. But yeah, these guys are pretty well equipped for a high. This was
not
like
even the fucking miniguns, but like that shit was guided. Like that. Once again, this may not have been the greatest action movie of all time. Would have made hell of a video game, though.
I mean, yeah, there was helicopters too. There's always a boss battle with the helicopters.
Like, I just kind of think that's funny that more and more movies are just following the video game mantra. Like, okay, here's your mission. You're gonna start out with fighting groups of folks. You get through the groups. All right, you've gravitated toward, vehicle weaponry. You got through the vehicle weaponry. Great. Now, here's your stealth mission. All right, you're done with the stealth mission. Now you're on to the final boss.
Yeah, and then, Jackie sees him, via, like, whatever, drone or satellite. However they fucking spot him and tracks him back to his town, and just kind of shows up while he's out there playing with the kids and like start throwing baseballs at each other. It's like they're like, there's kids around, so I can't like fight them, but they're like just playing catch, and he's like fucking whizzing that shit at him like harder and harder, and fucking Jackie's just like catching it with like no glove, just like. And he's like, oh, this fucking Dragon Lou here is a pop that bad motherfucker. Oh, and then,
but I think at the same time, like that was for Jackie's character to get a good read on what was really going on. Like, all right, so yeah, you did kidnap, some people we were trying to save, but you've got an entire village here that you've, essentially been caring for, so you can't be all that bad.
Yeah, there's reasons for what you did. It's not like you're not in this for profit, and the people I'm looking for obviously aren't here, so you're not kind of currently holding these people hostage. And of course, like, after he leaves, things kind of go south, and main bad guy ends up killing his brother and like the rest of the mercenary team, except for Tramp Stamp and one of the other guys that were kind of in on the whole, like, what we're really doing. So he goes to meet his brother to get his cut of the money, and finds his like brother and his partner's dead, and in some kind of like French arms dealer's hideout to like kind of make it look like the French guys killed him. And of course Jackie shows up still thinking he's like the bad guy, and they kind of get into it. I love watching him and Cena fight, because like at one point he tries to do like a hip throw on him and he can't lift him. It's like he goes to do like classic hip throw and he's like, this motherfucker's not moving. It's like, yeah, that's probably how it'd be if like Jackie really tried to fight him. It's just like, dude, you're like a fucking flea on my back, but he still keeps like just fucking coming at him like a spider monkey. It's great. It's like the speed versus just brute force is just a fun thing to watch.
Yeah, the thing about the speed though is that brute force, you get wore out so much more easily.
Yeah, you just gotta wait, tire him down and wait for the odds to change in your favor.
It's like, hold on, that dude's tired, but you know what? I'm also fucking tired. We just call a truce.
Yeah. they kind of fight each other to a standstill. Then like the French guy shows up and they're like, "Hey, where's my money?" You're like, "Dude, we just got here. Everyone's dead. We don't know anything about your money." And they're like, "Okay," and they leave. And he's like, "I think those guys want to shoot you." Why? He's like, "Because first time I met you, I wanted to shoot you." And sure enough, they start like, freaking shooting the hell out of him. And them two like just immediately goes to like, almost buddy cop partner shit where they're both like pinned down. He's like, he grabs like an AK out of a box, but there's no ammo, and he's like, "Hey, need magazine." He's like, "What kind?" He's like, 7.62, and he's like, "Okay," and he's like just digging through boxes of ammo, and then like takes him, like throws him like a handful of bullets. He's like, "What the hell?" He's like, "Just fucking throw me a magazine." He's like, "Fucking magazines are empty too." So he's over there trying to like find enough, loading the fucking magazine. And then when he's like, he's like, "Hey, throw me the grenades." He starts throwing him the grenades. He's like, pulling the pin and chucking him out the
bin.
door. Yeah, he's like,
"Pull the pin."
Okay, and like pulls the pin and then throws it to him, and he's like, "Motherfucker!" And like tries to throws it out the door. He's like, "What? You said pull the pin?" He's like, "No, I said in the bin." "Oh, pull the pin." Okay, and like does it again. It's like, God damn it.
That's it. We're going to hand signals. Only our hand signals are not universal.
Yeah. He's like giving him like the fucking hang loose. He's like, "What?" He's like, the dude comes up behind him. He's like, "That was 6 o'clock." He's like, "What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's why did you say look fucking behind you or like point?" He's like, "No, that's 9. What? No more hand signals.
Then to find out Cena can actually speak Chinese.
Yeah, because Jackie's on the phone and like, "I'm dealing with an idiot." He's like, "So, by the way, what's your name?" "I thought my name was Idiot." He's like, "You speak Chinese?" Kind of like whatever Rush Hour when all of a sudden Chris Tucker started talking Chinese. Like, "I didn't know you taught Chinese." Like, "You never asked."
I mean, I think that was one of the reasons I enjoyed this. Like, definitely brought back some of
a
the
Rush Hour flashback.
Yes.
It was like more tactical Rush Hour.
I mean, but at the same time, like, there were a lot of elements that were just very comic bookish and over the top. Like, I don't, what was that? Fire suppressant at one point that just turns into a giant foam room.
Yeah, because they get the lady that they're looking for, and they realize they don't have like the key that will actually, because she locked the network at the refinery, and they need this like special key fob to unlock everything so they can ship out the oil and steal it.
We need the RSA key, but we don't have the RSA key. Side quest.
Yeah, so all that stuff is like in the bag with Jackie's daughter. So they're like, they start killing the hostages. Like, no, wait, like my phone is with so and so. Like, just track my phone. So they go to raid like the village and gets into like a whole like running battle with Jackie and John, and then the like villagers join in. But yeah, this one he's like, "You go high, I'll go low." And fucking dude like falls through the roof and lands on him. He's like, I'm good, I'm okay." He's like, "Yeah, it's fine. Like, get the fuck off me." He's like, "I thought you were going low." "I did." And then I went high.
I just went all the directions, everywhere at once.
And homeboy tries to get the high ground. They pull out the fucking RPG and blow up the damn tower he's in. It's like, oh shit.
Now I'm back low again.
Yeah, because I fell off my tower. And then freaking tramp stamp is like, "Give us the key." And they're like,
yeah, for some reason, why is it that he always has the explosives? Whether it be RPGs or the fucking, underbarrel grenade launcher attachment, like that never seems to run out of grenades.
Yeah, that M203, it's like a single shot grenade launcher, and he's like just doof, 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 just fucking shooting that thing. But yeah, he gives them what they want. He's like, "Hey, I don't care. Like, I'll give them the thing they want because it'll get them out of my fucking village and save these people." But they're like, "Yeah, but he's gonna like do all this shit." And you're like, "All right, well, we'll go save the people, but we're gonna get them out of this village first." But of course, his like, like, "We need a vehicle. There's like no way we'll get there like fast enough. We got to get something that'll like bust through." And like our our freaking razors are blown up. He's like, oh, I got us a vehicle.
Is it just me, or I was like, that's a big concrete truck? Or at some point did we see that it had, or I guess maybe that was the same truck they were using when they created the Sandstorm, right?
Yeah, it was the Sandstorm truck.
Big ass Azov.
Which is like, why the fuck do you have that to begin with? Is he just bored out in the desert? He's like, dude, I'm gonna build me a jet truck. I can get to Walmart real fast.
I don't think there's a Walmart just in the middle of the desert there, Joe.
Whatever the Iraqi version of Walmart is. Habib's World? I don't know. They gotta have some kind of like big like box store.
You think so?
There's gotta be some equivalent. Even if, hell, there may be, like, fucking, we were in Iraq for a long time. There's gotta be like Western fucking stores there and shit now.
I mean, they probably got a Waffle House.
Iraqi Waffle House. There's a Home Depot, whatever. Casa de Walmart. But yeah, the fucking jet truck to get him into the facility was just badass. But yeah, she tells him like that place is highly flammable, so no guns. So they get in there and you get like badass machete fights with all these like terrorist dudes that are dressed like ninjas for some reason.
I can tell you there is no Walmart in Iraq.
I still like want to know what the Iraqi equivalent of a Walmart is. Because every country has some kind of department store.
Why are there no Walmarts in Iraq?
Is that a Google suggestion?
It's because they're all Targets.
Oh, god damn it. I forgot about that joke. That's an old one. Oh, fuck. God damn it, you broke me with the dad jokes. I was waiting for you to give me like a fucking like weird like Iraqi name for like their department stores, and it's like fucking Targets. Son of a bitch.
Stepped in on that one. Yeah, just got chokes now, motherfucker.
I think these are fucking smoky too. My eyes are starting to. It's getting a little.
You know what? It's smoky as shit, but realistically, like my eyes aren't like burning or anything. Maybe it's all just gravitated toward your end of the building.
You're closer to the door, so you might have some air creeping in, and it's like all blowing it to like my side of the room.
So did this have like a Mad Max Fury Road vibe to you? Like
it
instead of this time, it was oil instead of water.
Yeah, it definitely could have. Definitely could have been a. Mad Max. If it was a. Cause I was thinking like in the refinery, everything's like high tech and new, but like outside the refinery, yeah, it looked very much like everything's like burned out and shit. It very much like it could have been a Mad Max story if they made it just a little more apocalyptic. Yeah, apparently, like original, this wasn't the original title. It was also Ex-Baghdad, Project X, Project Extraction, and Snafu before they came up with Hidden Strike. And originally it was supposed to be starring Sylvester Stallone and Jackie Chan instead of John Cena. I guess he decided to go do another Expendables movie instead of this one.
Has Jackie teamed up with Sylvester?
Not yet. I mean, whenever Jet Li was in all the Expendables movie, and that's kind of been the rumor that Jackie was going to be in one of the future Expendables movies, but he wasn't in the last trailer, and it's like I said, it's not been like confirmed anywhere yet. But supposedly that was like one of the people they were trying to get of like old action actors that they keep bringing into this thing. But I kind of want to see like a whole movie, if they do like a sequel to this, of Jackie's team. Like they all look pretty like badass, like next gen, like action kids, and then, they got a little bit of action kind of at the start of the movie during the fighting off the raid, but then after they kidnapped the oil refinery people, they escorted the rest of the way to the green zone and left Jackie and his daughter like on their own. So they didn't beyond that first couple of action sequences, we didn't get much participation out of the team until they like kind of show up at the end and be like, "We got a new mission, boss." And he's like, looks at Cena, he's like, "You want to come?" It's like suddenly like we've saved the world, or at least like the oil refinery. We're friends now. Let's go kick ass. And he's like, "Yeah, it's you. I'll come with you guys. I fixed my well. My work here in this little village is done. Yeah, I've got my groove back. I'll go smoke some fools with you."
How Cena got his groove back instead of Stella?
I do like their outfits too, like their whole like their mercenary outfits with the cool masks and shit. You're right, it does look like this could be like fucking a Call of Duty game or something. It would be very like video game-esque.
Yeah, I was just the vibes I was getting. But I play a lot more games than I watch movies. Whoa, that was exciting.
Someone forgot to mute their phone.
I wonder who did that.
That would be me. I suck. Oh.
And,
but you alluded...
Go ahead, caller.
Guys, I was just listening to the podcast, and, I got to disagree with everything that you were saying. We were not over in Iraq because of oil. We were there for freedom and liberation, okay?
Freedom fries, motherfucker. Remember freedom fries? When that was a thing. Oh. But yeah, you talked about earlier when they get to the kind of running fight in the refinery, when fucking he just picks up like a giant like pole and just basically starts like fucking knocking like 5 or 6 dudes off with like big ass stick. It's like, I need a weapon. Like, give me like the most giant bow staff ever.
I guess Napoleon would be proud because Cena proved he's pretty good with a bow staff.
Exactly. But then they get into the... Apparently, bad guys didn't get the memo about not using guns inside the facility.
Nah, it's only for the good guys, Bad guys don't care.
Yeah,
Their
so
trucks are already, departed. Like, they got nothing to lose. They're like, we're cannon fodder. We're going to die anyway.
Yeah, if it blows up, it blows up. But yeah, when they have the fight in the like control room, and dudes like shooting at him with fucking grenade launchers and shit, and they're all like pinned down behind whatever control panels. And like he's like, "I got a gun. I don't have any ammo. Throw me some ammo." And like both of them, like he throws him the gun and he throws him the magazine. He's like, "Damn it! What the hell?" Oh, but he ends up like, he's like, "Wait, I can distract him like while you go kick his ass." And he's like, "I finally got your nickname, man. I figured it out. We're gonna call you Dead Man." And then, of course, Jackie runs up, tackles his ass through the glass, and he's like, "Go on, stop catch the rest of the guys. I got this." And they end up like fighting into that hallway and like setting off the he's like climbing after the oil people, and so Jackie like pulls out the fire suppressant hose that shoots like foam, and then it breaks and it just starts dumping that shit everywhere, and he ends up like, I guess they're like safety cords or something, like hooks these like bungee cords to himself, and it starts kind of like fucking like just bungeeing like all over the room, like while they're fighting in this like just head deep pile of foam. It's like, this is like something out of like fucking whatchamacallit, fucking not Splinter Cell, it looks like some shit from like Metal Gear Solid. And like after he's like covered in like foam, he's like, no, like, Dead Man is not your nickname. You look more like Peking Duck or something like that. It's like, what the fuck? But that was like one long ass like fight. But yeah, that whole like multi-level with the fucking bungee cords and shit. It was like, all right, this is like some new Jackie Chan shit. I like it.
I kind of want to try it. They got those, trampolines with the bungee cords there at the Mall of Georgia. What if we encase one of those and just fill it with a bunch of foam?
We need a foam pit with a fucking bungee trampoline thing set up. That. Well, we used to have a trampoline park here in town. It went out of business. But yeah, that's what it is. You fill that place with foam. I mean, they had a foam room at Netherworld. Like, can y'all just throw a trampoline in here? We want to try something. I know a guy. I'd be like, hey, can we borrow your foam room? We just want to experiment. We got an experiment we want to try.
I kind of want to go to those. I keep seeing them like the rec rooms.
Oh, where you just smash it?
Yeah. Dude, they're so expensive, though.
Yeah, there's a couple of those that have popped up in town now. I remember, I don't know if it was last year or year before. One of the years at Dragon Con, we talked to some random-ass dude. He's like, I got a plan, man. I'm going to start, a rage room here. We don't have any of them. And now there's 4 or 5. I don't know if anyone was actually this dude that said he was going to start one. But, yeah, since
they're
we had that conversation.
All that dude.
Yeah, he's like, we'll run into him this year. And he'd be like, dude, I'm fucking rich as shit now. I own 5 rage rooms. But yeah, don't know if he was the one who actually did it, but yeah, that shit has got a bunch of those since we last. Kind of like hell, fucking there's escape rooms everywhere now. It's I remember back in the day, it was we used to see those things on the internet. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We should try that one day. And now they're fucking everywhere. Everyone's got a escape room.
And we still haven't went.
I went to one when Netherworld first opened theirs. I went down there and tried it out. But yeah, that's the only escape room I've done.
It's almost like our Blue Ridge train ride, smoking cigars.
Hell, they got one in Blue Ridge now too. I think an escape room up there. I saw an ad for.
If we escape in time, we get to finally ride the train and smoke cigars. We can never get out of this room.
This is our escape room. We've failed for 10 years. We've not been able to get out of it. The timer keeps running out, and they let us out of the room. We've yet to figure out how to escape on our own.
I love the videos where people keep oh, that was a very serious clue, and they just put it in an inaccessible location. So while the group's huddled over in a corner trying to figure something out, somebody sneaks in. It's this is back on the counter now. Guys, how'd that get there?
Oh, it's the one thing. This thing's got to be a clue. No, that was just a gag thing. The clue thing is the thing you've ignored this whole time. Oh. Hell, we got one in coming. There's an escape room incoming now too. It's yeah, fucking things are everywhere. But yeah, of course, Jackie's daughter shows up in Homeboy's fucking what was an old Land Rover or something, and he's pulls a rifle out from under the seat. She's you just have a machine gun under your seat? He's of course I do. I'm American. We got guns everywhere. This is normal. And I'm can't argue with that.
You don't have it. Although under the seat, that's an old dying principle, though.
I mean,
that's kind of an inaccessible location.
Well, see, that's where you store it when you're not. Yeah, it's I have a lockable case in my vehicle, and that's where things live when I'm not in the vehicle. But when I'm in the vehicle, I take it out of the case, or I at least unlock the case where I can reach back and grab it if I need it. That's just from when I'm leaving the vehicle. I can put it in there and make sure it doesn't get stolen.
Well, apparently his whole vehicle got stolen, so I would encourage you to make your vehicle separate.
Yeah. And you can't steal my vehicle right now. It doesn't run. You would need a tow truck to steal that thing.
I will Fred Flintstone that bitch. It's I don't remember this hole being on my floorboard. My truck is leaving at a very slow rate. Don't worry, it's all downhill, motherfucker.
Yeah, she's trying to chase these fucking off-road vehicles through the desert in this old-ass... And it just, goes off a jump, and, all the wheels pop off, and they roll it a couple times. And then fucking Jackie shows back up in the jet truck, and he's dude, I swear to God, if you give me a flat tire joke, I will kick your ass. He's no, I was not about to say anything.
Yeah, we're not gonna make it. Oh, we're totally gonna make... Yeah, you cleared the gap. You failed to stick the landing, though.
She's like, I'm sorry, Charlotte, or whatever the fucking
Susie,
Susie,
come
yeah.
on now.
Charlotte was the other vehicle. Maybe. I don't know. I'm making shit up at this.
Charlotte and a web.
Charlotte was a spider, like a fucking whatever old Mitsubishi spider. Of course, that's what. Like, you don't name your vehicles? No, I only name my guns.
That's another very American thing to do.
And my Glock 19 is named Kevin.
Why?
Because the serial number was KVN. So I'm like, you are now Kevin.
I thought you had a Russian Glock. His name was going to be Kev. Kiev.
No, I call my Mossberg my Jew friend.
Yeah, we got to do it. We got to run some shotguns, man.
I need to get my scattergun technologies shotgun off layaway. Hey, there's a shotgun class of tactical response coming up in December. I'm trying to get booked as soon as I can finish paying it off.
It's gonna be cold. Dude, that would be badass.
You start running and gunning, you get warm real quick. It's
like, we can't move. There's 8 feet of snow on the ground.
Believe me, I've been to Camden in July. You don't want to take a summer class. It's hot as balls. Either you want to either go early in the year or late in the year, like when it's not fucking 100 degrees in Tennessee.
Should go out west. Do one in like -17.
Oh. Go to fucking Thunder Ranch up in Oregon in the middle of winter.
Somewhere we could drive snowcats.
They did a fucking helicopter class up at Camden, speaking of like video game stuff, where they were like shooting shit out of a helicopter. I'm like, I don't know what that class cost. It was like they were hosting it for somebody. I'm like, that's a bucket list class. I want to go take the fucking door gunner class. That looked fun as shit. I watched some videos they did of it. I'm like, I mean, hell, you can go to Texas and shoot hogs from a helicopter with machine guns. I'm like, that's another bucket list item.
I like my bacon crispy.
That's like one of my students going off to college, and he's like moving to Austin to go to University of Texas. I'm like, dude, I'm jealous. Like, every gun tuber I follow lives in like just outside of Austin. I was like, in hell, half the podcasts I listen to our studios are in Austin. I'm like, dude, I just need to come visit you so I can go visit all like, you know, Bunker Branding and Demo Ranch and Drinking Bros and all those dudes. They're like, can I come crash on your couch?
A lot of couch references today.
I don't remember there being a couch in this movie.
Not in the movie.
Oh. So, what do you think Jackie still got it? Like, has he slowed down any at nearly 70, or is this still just as badass as our previous entries in the Jackie lore?
This dude is doing shit at 70 that I don't think I could do at 38. Okay, like.
Yeah, I'm 44. I'm in the best shape I've ever been, and I'm still not Jackie Chan shape. Like, I might be able to do some of that shit once, but I'm gonna hurt for like a week after. I'm definitely not gonna be able to do it consistently like he does. Like I'm like, yeah, I could do that, and then like the next day, be like, oh fuck, I can't move. Gotta go to the chiropractor again and get like the pirate tear my head off.
I'm feeling that. I got about right there's where it stops today. I can go about that far that way. Like, but yeah, I definitely think he's still got it. Like,
yeah, this is, you know, some people you look at like hell, fucking Harrison Ford in the new Indiana Jones movie. You're like, that guy's got to be close to like retirement. I don't know if there's many more action movies in his in his career, but Jackie, you're like, dude still looks like he's in his 40s. I mean, maybe 50s. He does not look 70. I mean, he could still keep going for. I don't think he's anywhere near retirement because he's still. We got to get him in the new Expendables movie. Now that it's been a few years since I've seen a Jackie Chan movie. Now I've seen this. I'm like, God damn, we need to start having more Jackie Chan movies. I mean, hell, he's probably made a shitload of like Chinese like Jackie Chan movies. But as far as like the big budget like American action movies that he kind of was doing there for a while, we haven't had one of those in a while. I'm like, I definitely, I like seeing him with like the buddy cop thing. Like fucking some of his best movies I liked is him and Owen Wilson, him and Chris Tucker, and now him and John Cena. I like him with like a sidekick that it kind of adds, I guess, to the comedy of it, having him with an unlikely partner. I like that formula in my Jackie Chan movies. Maybe we'll get a guest starring role. He'll show up as somebody on the next season of Peacemaker. Can we get Jackie Chan playing some random ass hero on Peacemaker? James Gunn, can you make that happen?
That would be sweet. I would like.
They're rebooting Batman and everything else. Like fucking make Jackie Chan Alfred. Yeah, or dude, do a remake of what's the one with Bruce Lee? Was the original the not the Green Lantern, the Green Hornet. Remember, like the Green Hornet's like sidekick was his chauffeur was like Bruce Lee in the original series. Yeah, do that, but like an old version of that with Jackie Chan as that Bruce Lee character.
It's been so long.
I mean, the Green Hornet was a DC character, so you could have the Green Hornet and Kato show up in Peacemaker or Suicide Squad or any of these fucking future James Gunn DC movies.
I'm just trying to think. Like, to see Jackie Chan, like,
Fire me up.
cross over into, the superhero realm. I mean, dude's already almost larger than life. Like, just watching
the shit he survived, he is already like a real life superhero. All right, here's the I mean, we got to work on like non movie questions. We'll get into that later. We've seen Jackie with Owen Wilson. We've seen him with Chris Tucker, and now John Cena. Who's another big actor that you would love to see like Jackie Chan paired with in another movie? Who's his American sidekick for a future film?
Oh, God. I'm going to need to think about that one for a minute.
I think Ryan Reynolds would be a good Jackie
that would just be
comedic
hilarity all the way around.
Fucking Jackie Chan and Deadpool. Well, I mean, hell, Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool in everything he is, whether he's in the costume or not. Or Deadpool's fucking Ryan Reynolds. So, yeah, Jackie Chan and Ryan Reynolds together. Or, hell, we got The Rock and Statham. What about Statham and Jackie Chan?
I could see that, the grit of Statham. Yeah. Although Ryan, like that, those would just be two entirely different movies, though. Like him and Ryan Reynolds would just be fucking rolling on the floor laughing type shit. I don't know, him and Statham, and they go to a darker, grittier aspect
we do it like
with Chan and Statham, like.
Yeah, like something in that kind of genre of The Foreigner, where it's like a serious action movie, which, like I said, that was surprising out of Jackie Chan. He's not done a lot of like kind of serious movies. So yeah, him and Statham in like a serious, gritty, like fucking like detective drama or some shit that just happens to involve some kung fu. That would be Be interesting.
That or maybe like a Hugh Jackman, like
Huge Jackman.
you know, fucking gritty, you know.
We get a what was that movie he did with the Rock'em Sock'em robots? Steel. Was it Steel something? I can't remember the one where he has like it's like a boxing movie, but they're using like robots. It's like Jackie Chan is like the new guy. He's got to they got to defend they make a sequel to that. And they got to defend their title, and Jackie Chan is like the trainer for the opposing bot. So his Real Steel, that's the name of it. So yeah, his bot's got to fight a kung fu bot trained by Jackie Chan.
With AI technology and everything else, yeah, I could see that.
It's like the new Apollo Creed. It's like Rocky 2, but with robots.
God, AI is replacing everything.
Yeah, I mean, all the Hollywood... hey, we're not in any unions, so all the writer strikes, actor strikes, me and Brad are available. You need us to write some fucked up shit. We've got 214 episodes of podcasts of us talking about fucked up shit. So Hollywood, if you're hurting, I'll let you boys. We'll take all that money to write something really fucked up for you.
We can't get this under an NC-17. That's going in the scrap bin. We're gonna end up on like Stutter or something like.
We're a Netflix original. We may not be like theatrical, but we can definitely write y'all some Netflix movies. Well, for us, probably Prime would be a better host because we'd write shit like The Boys.
We're probably gonna be on like fucking Apple TV. Okay, the subscription that nobody has.
Yeah, we're
fucking Hulu.
We're not even good enough for Paramount Plus. But I mean, The Boys just sounds like some fucked up conversation we've had. Like, what if Superman was an asshole? Yeah, we could definitely.
We'd just probably end up with a 12-second clip on what used to be rotten.com.
I fucking remember Live Leak. That's where you went for all the murder videos. So as we kind of wrap this up, what are you thinking of our cigar here? I think I need to order another couple bundles of these once these run out.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see, like...
I mean, the Connecticut's probably a little too light for me, but I might try.
Dude,
get a bundle.
The San Andreas Maduro is lovely. I mean, you get a little bit of the spice mixed with some of the sweetness.
Because our last order of shirts, he sent me a bunch of like samples. So I had a couple of the Connecticut's, a couple of the Habanos, and a couple of the Maduros. So the Habanos weren't bad either. So next time I may order a bundle of these and a bundle of the Habanos just to.
So were the Habanos a little bit spicier than?
Yeah, a little more, not as much strength, but a little more pepper.
Yeah, and see, I think that's one of the reasons why I like a Maduro thrown in there, just for that flavor contrast. I mean, I do that a lot with
like the
foods.
Connecticut's are tasty, but yeah, it's definitely a little mild for my palate. But yeah, next time I order some, I may get 2 bundles and get a bundle of these and a bundle of the Habanos, just to vary things up. And if you want to order your own bundles of cigars, or if you're egomaniacs like us and need your own designed label on your cigars, check out Real Men Smoke Cigars. There'll be a link in the show notes to their cigar selection. And while you're there, pick up a shirt. I got 3 brand new shirts to wear to DragonCon this year. So if you see us, check us out. I'll probably be wearing one of their. I even got an Hawaiian Cigar Nerd shirt. May wear that to the meetup. Bring out the Hawaiian shirt. Be festive for our cigar meetup. But that's all we got for you this week. If you're on the YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're on the audio show, stay tuned. We still got a couple more segments to go. And you've been watching the Cigar Nerds Podcast. Check us out on cigarnerdpodcast.com and on the ESO Network, esonetwork.com. And don't forget, smoke them if you got them. Like, comment, and subscribe.